Is your tooth hurting? Should you go to Mexico for emergency dental work? Well, let's discuss the pros and cons. I'll also share my foolproof checklist to avoid any issues or hassles. Most people that go to Mexico take the time to do their research, they plan before they start the work, but not you. You need the dental work done soon, like tomorrow, like today if possible. Here are common dental emergencies that really can't wait. Tooth pain, in which case you might need a filling or a crown or root canal in a crown or an extraction in a dental implant. You broke or chipped your tooth, your crown came off, or your veneers detached. Yikes, your smile is messed up. And you may have a meeting coming up soon or a very important date. So let's discuss the major pros and cons of going to Mexico for urgent dental care. Number one, cost. An emergency dental visit can easily set you back $3,000 to $5,000 per tooth. We had a client named Rick. He was quoted $3,500 for a root canal in the crown with a local dentist in Phoenix, Arizona. He had the money to pay for it, but he heard about Deo Dental through social media. We set him up with a dentist in Mexico for an appointment the next day. He drove from Phoenix, Arizona to Los Algodones for about 3 hours. During the day, he was able to see his dentist in Mexico around 9 a.m. They did the consultation. Right after, they started the root canal, finished the root canal, and in that same afternoon, he got his crown impression. He came back 1 week afterwards to get his final crown. All in all, he paid about $880 for the procedure. He saved about 75% or $2,600. He told us on his way home he was so happy that he went straight to the Apple store and bought himself a brand new MacBook Pro with his $2,600 savings. And that's just one tooth. What if you need work with 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 teeth? The savings add up and they're huge. Number two, easy to schedule an emergency dental appointment. It's ideal for urgent dental care. They can usually schedule you for same-day appointments or next-day appointments. The appointments are more open. Why? Because there's usually more than one dentist in one dental office. Number three, all the specialists are also in the same office. You don't need to go from one office to the other or wait for the next opening of the next periodontist or endodontist or oral surgeon. All of them are in the same dental office, and that's typically the case with our partner dentist at Deo Dental. Now let's talk about the disadvantages. Number one, travel, of course. It's not so much a problem if you live in a city like San Diego, where you can just drive for 25 minutes to Tijuana. The same with people who live in Yuma, Arizona, or El Paso, Texas, where the destinations are within a short driving distance. For the rest of the people living in border states, you can drive a few hours to go to Mexico for a same-day appointment. For those people who live in other states like the Northwest or the Midwest, this may not be an option for you, unless of course you're willing to wait or you can plan a quick trip. Number two, who do you trust? There are so many dentists in Mexico. Who do you trust? So many people have had amazing dental work from Mexico. But you may have heard of those stories of people getting bad dental care in Mexico. Ready to start the process? Here's my foolproof checklist to ensure a successful dental trip in Mexico without any issues or hassles. Number one, find out the procedures you need. Know what kinds of procedures you need. I know it's a bit counterintuitive, but visit your local dentist to find out what kinds of specific treatments you'll need. It'll go a long way and help set you up for success because you'll know how to talk to your dentist in terms of pricing as well as blocking enough time for the procedure you need. Number two, do your online research. Don't just go to Mexico and find a random dentist. I think this is one of the top reasons people get substandard work. Remember, there are good dentists and bad dentists anywhere you go. Ask for referrals from friends and family. Check out reviews. Although dental offices with the most reviews are not necessarily the best. Call us here at Deo Dental. We can set you up for a same day or a next day emergency dental appointment with a dentist that you can trust. Number three, ask for estimate prices over the phone. Avoid surprises. If you know the procedures you need, ask them for estimate prices. So that way you'll know the cost or your savings and determine whether doing a day trip to Mexico and taking time off from work will be worth your time. Number four, to make your trip worthwhile, ask your dentist to block time for the procedures beyond the initial consultation. That's why it's important for you to know the kinds of procedures you need so they can block enough time, not just for the main dentist, but also for the root canal specialist or oral surgeon. Whatever procedures you need, they can block it off during that same day and get the work done as much as possible and maximize your trip that day. Number five, schedule an early morning appointment. Schedule your first appointment as early as you can. That means you may have to wake up earlier for your long drive, but scheduling your appointment early will give your dentist in Mexico enough time to start and finish your work that same day. Number six, heal infections first. Do you have significant swelling on your face? This might be a sign of a severe infection. Your dentist in Mexico may only be able to prescribe antibiotics during your first trip to address the infection first, because they may not be able to do the root canal or any extractions you might need because of that infection. Visit your local dentist first if you have this infection, so that they can address that infection so that you can avoid that extra trip to Mexico. Number seven, avoid tooth extraction if you can. Just keep in mind that preserving tooth is always the best goal for dentistry. So make sure your dentist is practicing conservative dentistry. You're going to want to save that tooth structure or that tooth itself as much as possible. Avoid getting crowns if that problem can be addressed by a filling. Avoid getting an extraction if that tooth can be addressed with a root canal and a crown. Some dentists in Mexico would recommend a dental implant right away. Some unethical dentists might recommend an extraction and a dental implant right away. It may be unnecessary, and it's also more expensive. And when you extract the tooth, it's irreversible. That's why going to a US dentist for initial consultation would be helpful. Finding the right dentist is key to a successful dental trip in Mexico. That's where Deo Dental comes in. We set you up with some of Mexico's top and most reputable dentists in Mexico. We guide you through the process to avoid any issues or any hassles, and to get your dental work done the right way. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. I really appreciate your time, and thank you.